Agility Robotics just showcased what might be the most important robotics demo of 2025. And it started with these simple words: "Bring me the ingredients to make pasta." What happened next wasn't just a cool new trick. It was a set of new, real-world reasoning, navigation, perception, and physical manipulation by a humanoid robot, Digit. Digit didn't focus on a script or item IDs at all. I am so surprised by this demo, honestly. Here's what this humanoid actually did. It listened to a voice, understood the natural language, understood intent, scanned the environment, located and identified relevant ingredients, and then physically retrieved them, all autonomously. No joystick, no hidden human operator, just machines and minds. Think about it. If a robot can do all of this without human inspection, this means that we are in for a huge change in how robots operate in the near future. Why Digit's pasta trick is a big deal. On the surface, asking a robot to grab pasta ingredients might not sound revolutionary. You might even be wondering, what's the big deal? But under this system, this is a mixture of highly advanced systems working in sync. Semantic reasoning, knowing what ingredients pasta typically involves, dry noodles, tomato sauce, garlic, olive oil, cheese, based on built-in knowledge. Autonomous navigation, moving through an unstructured space, making decisions on the fly. Object recognition, using vision to identify these items even if partially hidden or oddly placed. Natural language understanding, NLU, recognizing the goal, make pasta, from an ambiguous human command. Physical manipulation, gripping items with non-human hands while maintaining balance on bipedal legs. This wasn't done in a lab either. It happened in an open setting, a naturalistic environment with no special labels or training wheels. That's a first for many humanoids. You don't see this every day. Digit understands, not just obeys. Traditionally, robots follow explicit commands. You program exact coordinates, specify what object to grab, and you need to define every step. But Digit understood the context and goal. That's a major leap. It's the kind of thing humans do intuitively, and machines have struggled with for many years. This is robotic intelligence in action, not scripted, not remote controlled, but an emergent behavior from AI systems mixed together. Planning, vision, language, and motion all running in real time. Service robotics closer than you think. This kind of performance opens up new real-world applications. Retail, help this customer find a red jacket. Elder care, bring me my medicine. No detailed instructions are needed now. Robots that understand us, not just our commands, but our goals, are on the way. Digit's design reflects that issue. It's bipedal like a human, lightweight, soft-edged, and built to run in the environments we already live in, not redesigned robotic playgrounds. Psychological impact. The dream is real. There's something amazing about watching a humanoid robot respond to a voice, walk across the room, turn its head, and return with something you asked for. It's the sci-fi dream made real, the kind of thing once shown in Star Wars or Jetsons, now happening in offices and kitchens. Enter Unitree, the 10K disruption. Just as we were processing Digit's capabilities, another bombshell dropped. Unitree, one of China's fastest rising robotics companies, teased its G2 humanoid. And the headline? A projected price tag under $10,000. That's not a typo, by the way. A full-featured humanoid robot for less than a Mac Pro. If that is actually true, Unitree just set off a pricing decrease in the industry. What makes the G2 special? Unitree's first bipedal robot, the G1, was already impressive. But the G2 is being built for mass market scale, not research labs. Early leaks hint at improved mobility and balance, faster real-time processing, real-world navigation, stronger grippers, and better object manipulation. It also has compatibility with OpenAI systems. And most importantly, it's designed to be manufactured at large scale, with the same efficiency Unitree applied to their quadrupeds like the B2 and Go 1. The Reborn factor, intelligence on tap. Even more shocking, Unitree's partnership with Reborn, a company developing a unified AI training framework for robots. Imagine this. Before a G2 ever enters your home, it's already lived hundreds of simulated lives in Reborn's training universe. Reborn is building an open-source robotics brain infrastructure, combining real-world data, machine learning feedback loops, and simulation environments. Every G2 robot can tap into this, constantly improving based on collective user experience. It's like Tesla Autopilot, but for humanoids. What people are saying. Reddit/rrobotics. Digit actually reasoning its way through a cooking request is next level. This is what GPT meets Boston Dynamics looks like. If Unitree nails that price point, it's over. Universities, startups, even hobbyists will flood in. The ecosystem will explode. We're one update away from a $9,999 Ironman Butler that sets the dinner table and fetches your meds. Digit is the kind of robot I've dreamed about. But if Unitree pulls this off for $10K, I'm buying one for the garage immediately. Let's take a moment and appreciate what just happened. On one hand, Digit proved that robots can now understand human speech, interpret intent, and take useful action in the real world. That's not something useless anymore. That's AI reasoning in a humanoid shell. On the other hand, Unitree might democratize humanoid robotics the way smartphones did mobile computing. Just like you don't need to be a computer scientist to use an iPhone, you may soon not need to be a roboticist to own and train a humanoid. More than anything, we're seeing the merging of AI and physical reality. No longer just large language models trapped in servers, but embodied intelligences you can interact with in your living room. That's the real revolution. That's what makes this news so awesome. The real race begins. Digit's demo is a huge milestone. The moment humanoid robots became intelligent helpers, not just mechanical ones. Unitree's G2 could be the turning point, not because it's the most advanced robot ever, but because it might be the most accessible. Combine this with Reborn's ecosystem, and we're not just looking at two robots. We're looking at a new system for robotics. Think of Apple versus Android, but for physical AI. So when someone says robots are still decades away, just say this: they're already here. They're making pasta. And soon, they might just be living in your home. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more info on AI robots and new technology.